open, they ask questions, people thinking progressively. I'm very much inspired by the business, the local business. The local business is focused on their targets, on the goals, business goals, but they are open, they understand synergy, and they understand the working together. So it's both on the level of contacts, individual contacts, and also corporate contacts. I believe that's all what I want to say. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you very much.
Teraz o osobach, które sprawiły, że to miejsce
And the
wygląda tak, jak
people
wygląda,
who have
jest
made
takie, jakie jest.
this
Natalie,
place
please,
look as
tell us something
it
about
does.
your
Natalie.
views about Concordia, the story of the project.
Thank you. I think it was in 2014 that I, for the first time, visited Wrocław and met some colleagues here. And I was of course introduced to the beautiful architecture of the city, because Wrocław has a great history, and it is also reflected in many of the wonderful buildings that are here from different eras. And I was also brought here already then to the islands. I made a walk here and was thinking what great it is that you have a fantastic inner city here, very lively, and at the same time, also in the heart of the city, this place which is like a park. And every time I came back here, I noticed it is developed further. You can walk and stroll here more and more. So it was very wonderful that some years ago we were actually asked by Eva and her partners to make a project here. It was a big surprise for me, but it was also immediately I was aware of the big responsibility we would have to contribute something to this important space here in Wrocław. And I must say, we together with Eva and her father and their partners, we were able to contribute in Poznan to create a truly hybrid and public space as well. So I had confidence that we could do something as well here in Wrocław. At NVRDV, we think it's very important that whatever building we made and whoever is paying for it, what we have to do is to integrate it with the city, to open it up and to give back as much as possible. And knowing from the wonderful things that are happening now in Poznan, every time I go there, there's some festival going on, there's open air screening, we can go through the buildings. I realized this is important, and this we can do here in Wrocław as well. So we try to create something here that is really open and giving back and is accessible, and it's for young people as well and young entrepreneurs. And also everybody in Wrocław can look now to the surroundings here from many different perspectives. I mean, this is one of the most important parts of Wrocław right behind us here. We can get on the rooftop and give back, because buildings take some space. We can give back something to the city again. And we are also proud that in the city, that also has an architecture museum, that we can try to do something, how to combine the old and the new, that we make something contemporary, at the same time try to create a little bit of a new history here. And so we try to open up and make the building almost work like a lantern. And we're also happy that Alicia actually did that in an even more, so this building really says come in and is talking to everybody here in the city now. And there's birds nesting on the roof, we noticed today. So some insects and birds already made the building their home. And I hope also for the people of Wrocław that they will see this now as a new home for everybody here. And I'm very glad that my partner Fokke here, who has been very much responsible for making this building appear and look as it is today, explain to you a little bit more about it. But thank you very much, and well, I hope this will stay as wonderful as it is already, and that we can even enhance the atmosphere here a bit more. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Muszę Państwu powiedzieć, że na wykład Natalii i Fokę, który odbędzie się dziś o 17:00, w jeden dzień zapisało się 100 osób. Następny pomysł jest taki, że na stadionie Wrocław,
The
panie
next
prezydencie,
idea will
także
be that it will be at the
40 000
stadium of
miejsc.
Wrocław, where there are 40,000
Foke, you were
places.
supporting us day to day. You feel like at home. So tell us what was important for you from your perspective in that project.
Is it on immediately or I have to? Okay. Yeah, I'm all excited, I have to say, because you're seeing the building finished just as I do today, because I couldn't travel, of course. Like all of you, you've been at home, and indeed now for the first time actually going abroad, it's a bit all excited, you know, you're like, ooh, and you want to hug everybody, and you want to like, but yeah, you know, that's, it's really nice to be here. And see everybody here indeed populating this place. And of course we all know, technically, we're on an island. And as everybody already explained, this is a very special place. And especially therefore, because it's not the same as on the other side. Nobody knows why, but it is that way. So it's nice to have this sort of, let's say, community or little treasure here. And but if you look into history, this place was actually really largely populated. It was full with buildings. Well, as you from Wrocław, you probably know much better. But for us, it came a bit as a surprise to see that it was completely part of the city, almost ignoring the water side. And of course, we all know around the war, something happened. And then the benefit of that was indeed that, you know, you gained this park, which was public space right in the middle of the center. And so how to connect to that? We got this beautiful project, but of course we knew building quite a substantial volume on this public space, you know, we knew it needs to be done in a perfect manner. So how to connect to this public space, how to be inviting enough, how to make it green and connect to the park. Well, I think here you can see what we try to do, make a building with a view. And the view was for free, so that's good. And we just made a lot of openings in that sense. Of course, on the higher, she's all giggling, on the higher floors, but and of course on the roof. I think that's again sort of a gift, as Natalie also said, to the city, to everybody here, to really enjoy that. With the rain, it's a bit of a downside, but it's good for COVID, so that's all good. There's good ventilation. But of course, mainly on the ground level, to open up the building to both sides with two big voids, two big, let's say, public spaces, where people are invited to come and stay and come back. On the one end, on the historic side, which is a bit more formal, let's say, and hidden behind the beautiful facade, which was restored in a very beautiful manner. There's one void, and on this side, a bit below us, you've probably seen it, the other void, which really opens up to the park. And then, of course, dressed up with an amazing mural made by Adsja. We're very happy. So from then on, we started to see that the building indeed started to connect and also started to get populated again and started to be invaded with creatures swimming or, well, you will see them in the corridor and all the walls, and then of course now really populated with people and indeed with birds and bees on the roof. And also what we see, I didn't see it real life, I have to admit, because I just arrived yesterday night and it was raining, but we also see that now many people are actually indeed enjoying the island right around the building and using the building as a backdrop again, which makes me really happy, because that was the whole intention. That becomes part of this and becomes part of the population who really enjoys staying on this island. So that makes me very happy. Maybe just a few words on the process. We're here and it's all finished and it looks really beautiful, but when we first came here it looked a bit different. The building really needed help. And we basically done, well, Dim Jurk, of course, did really a great job by indeed helping the building, making it new. And it was done in an amazing time. Because if you imagine that, like any other project, whether it's big or small, complicated or not, inner city out. It doesn't matter. Every time I think it's going to be short, but every time a building process from starting the design to delivery takes around 6, sometimes 8 years, sometimes even much longer, sometimes a bit shorter. But this one was quite amazing. It was half the time, including COVID, including all the changes, because everything in this project changed except that deadline. So that made it quite a challenge, and I think that indeed really shows the enthusiasm that was brought in here and the energy, and that's indeed what made me travel back and forth many times, and I would like to travel back and forth many times more, because that was really a good experience. So thank you for that. Of course, you as a client, Piotr, Eva, working together with Q2 was really nice. Of course, Demiurg did really a great job here with Wagner, and Alexandra, who sort of pushed us through this. I don't see Arthur, but he was amazing. Thank you very much. So, yeah, that is my story of the site.
Thank you very much. Last but not least, Alicja Biała i mural, i nie tylko mural. Opowiedz o tym, jak się tu mieszkało.
Tell us what it was like living here. Hello, everybody.
Jestem przede wszystkim w szoku, że znalazłam się w takim towarzystwie, to raz, a dwa, że w ogóle ten projekt został ostatecznie zakończony, bo w którymś momencie miałam wrażenie, że nigdy stąd nie wyjdę i zostanę tu na zawsze. Był to bardzo, bardzo trudny projekt, w którymś momencie też zaczęłam myśleć w wieku 26 lat i byłoby to wszystko bardzo trudne, gdyby nie świetny zespół. Z jednej strony było to olbrzymie wsparcie od strony
from TV and Eva as the investor, and also I had mentors, good mentors here, and on the other hand it's I think exceptional that this project has been led by women mainly. So for me as a young woman it has been a very important experience and promising.
Cały proces rozpoczął się około roku temu. Przez bardzo długi czas prowadziliśmy otwarte rozmowy. Na początku się nie było naprawdę tak naprawdę wiadomo, czy to będzie mural, czy to będzie coś innego. Sam mural jest o tyle trudny, że zajmuje powierzchnię olbrzymią, 355 metrów. Ta główna część, na którą się teraz znajdujemy. Jest to też tak naprawdę nie jedna ściana, jak zazwyczaj się zdarza, zazwyczaj jest przy muralu, tylko są to też w większości
but these are also ceilings. The highest one is at the height of 16 meters, which required a lying position from me, from people, and I had paint falling onto face. So it was really hours of hard work, and there was no distance because of high scaffolding. So until the last moment, I had the impression that I didn't know what I was doing. So I'm really grateful to Eva that supported me and repeated that it was going to be okay in the end. But so finally it worked. I'm really surprised that we managed to introduce more interventions in the building, and that they all, when I can see it today, that they connect to each other. And we have a sculpture inspired by folk spider, which is to bring good luck. And I think that this also refers to the mural from the new part of the building. We also have the main element, which is made of real ceramics, which is retained from the original one, and it is an important element that in the new modern designing we should refer to historical parts and lead the storytelling. So this main element, which is built of a material that is over 100 years old. What else? And we have a stain on all the floors, and they enrich the office areas.
Był to okrutnie długi proces.
It was a very long process. finally, it was supposed to last 3 months. It lasted 5 months. In the end, at some point, I was almost alone because of COVID. So I moved into the building, and I was working here day and night. It was a surreal experience, and I hope that I will understand this maybe in a few years, because now I'm really amazed that it lasted so long and that it was all my life. So it was difficult to separate from this. So today when I came here, it was strange to look at it all, to see it all. I hope that in that we've managed to include many stories in this part of the mural. I have become a visual artist, so that I don't have to talk and tell so much. So this part of the mural that was supposed to refer to slow pace and to the island and to consider what we do and what the new world should look like that we all create. I have also used historical elements, archival photos, motifs connected to the history of the city, referring to the fact that everything goes around in the end, and that our task is to find some small stories and add something new to them and something better. I'm really grateful for the cooperation, so it has been really like out of space experience, and I can't wait to what happens when this building really starts living its own life, and in what direction new projects will go that will base on whatever and us have left here. Thank you very much, and I'm in a difficult situation because the questions that we are receiving, you have answered them in 70%, but that is one directed to the Mayor Sutryk, if this project has a European potential. I do not agree. This project has a worldwide potential. And, well, I am not objective, and I'm never going to be objective when I talk about the city and what happens here. But today, we all feel this, and I think that the future users of this place will also feel it, and those that will visit this island. Everybody, all of us that are here, we travel around Poland and Europe, well, perhaps now not so much, but we all know that such unique places, connecting, combining tradition with the contemporary modern aspect, there are not so many of them, so I'm going to stick to this version. I'm absolutely proud of this place, and both the inhabitants and future users, they will mark the presence here and use all the areas here. A moment ago we heard how multifunctional this space is. We haven't had such a place before in Wrocław. I think that both inhabitants and users of the place, through the permanent presence here, will confirm that this is a project that has not only a European but worldwide potential. Okay, the second question is to Natalie.
Now, in one of the interviews, you said that planning and designing is stage 1 or stage 0. The most important thing is how the people will use it. Do you believe that this is the start of the new phase, with the restaurant and Concordia design being open? When people start using the building, things will change as they use the building?
Well, as I'm still blushing from the compliments of the Lord Mayor, I do believe so. But as architects, we have to somehow imagine a future. So of course, it will be the people who determine this. But I think already today I'm starting to feel the confidence. We have a little bit of a rain, but that's okay. I really hope that people will take over this building, really, and also inside. It's also meant to promote young entrepreneurs to start their activities. I see some walking around already here. I saw the island indeed yesterday, also like Fokker. People are here and just using it, and they should see it as a gift, but also as something that is completely natural. So that's why it's also a building with very low thresholds, and there's a lot of program going on, like already this afternoon, that is accessible for everybody. So yes, I think the building literally tries to be as open as possible to invite everybody, and it also wants to help to activate the area even more and provoke new uses and new possibilities. And I think and I hope someday the cars will disappear again as well, because that was part of the magic of the island, of course, that it is actually for pedestrians and for like a slow use. So yeah, I hope, and this is our task as architects, to find ways to activate this way of thinking, and that our buildings stimulate. And I had a good confidence that together with the client, we did the same thing. Same things are happening in Poznan. But it's up to the people, and it's up to the programming as well. As architects, we can provide the platforms for this, and then it's up to the people to discover the secrets of the building and to start to think and talk about what's happening here. I think there's a lot here that you can also think, what is it? What's happening? What happened to the island? Why is there a fragment of a facade standing still here? Why do I see the inside? Why is the way the new is? Why does it have this kind of window opening? So I think it's a building that literally took his head off for the city by opening up the roof. And there's lots to discover, so I hope we can challenge people to come here and discover.
Dziękuję bardzo. Natalii zachęciła, żeby wrocławianie przejęli ten budynek.
Natalie has encouraged local community to take over the building. I want you, the audience, to take over the press conference. Do we have journalists, reporters? Perhaps. Thank you very much. Anyway, questions to be asked in private. Thank you very much.
Państwu dziękuję, a teraz już indywidualne rozmowy. Kłaniam się Państwu.
Thank you, Natalie. Fokker,
to bardzo miłe, proszę Państwa, bardzo miłe.
Ewa, thank you very much, and